Hi, welcome back to The Opinionated Educator. Today I'm conducting a virtual lesson with grade 12s. As you can see, I'm here in my teaching venue on Mamelodi campus. There are no students here, so I'm here with my laptop, myself and a couple of students online. So welcome and enjoy this lesson. The diagnostic test for this session is a little bit different than usual, but the last set of questions are related to whether you know the difference between a scientific theory and a scientific law. Understanding that difference will play a very important role in today's lesson. Before starting the diagnostic test, let's have a look at what today's lesson is all about. This lesson is from the knowledge area Waves, Sound and Light, and it looks at the Doppler effect, evidence in support of the Big Bang. So, CAPS, what should you be able to do? Firstly, you need to distinguish between a scientific law and a scientific theory. This is not an outcome for this particular section, but it is one of the specific outcomes dealing with science as a human endeavor. You need to be able to state that light emitted from many stars is shifted toward the red or longer wavelength, lower frequency end of the spectrum due to the movement of the source of light, and you need to apply the Doppler effect to these redshifts to conclude that most stars are moving away from the Earth and therefore the universe is expanding. So let's look at today's lesson schedule. So first you will start with the diagnostic test. The diagnostic test is law versus theory quiz. Then pre-lesson Activity 1, you will source information from dictionary.com using the internet. Pre-lesson Activity 2 is a video tutorial where you will find the video on YouTube. Pre-lesson 3 is a multimedia presentation from space.com where you will be engaging with both text and video on the website. Then pre-lesson Activity 4 is textbook engagement, which should take about 10 minutes from Siavula's Everything Science, grade 12. Then you will watch me explain some important concepts related to redshift and the Doppler effect. There is only one post-lesson activity for this lesson, and again it is a video tutorial. The link is in both the Siavula textbook, and I will provide you with the YouTube video link. So there are just some important things that you need to pay attention to. When you see this pause clip, or this pause button, know that you must pause the video and do the activity. The textbook activities all come from the Siavula textbooks, which are an open online source textbook, and it's Everything Science grade 12. All the video tutorials are found on YouTube, and I will provide you with the links to get there. This lesson should take you about 90 minutes to complete. That is from doing the diagnostic until the end of post lesson 1. So, let's just make sure you have everything that you need. Firstly, you will need a notebook to write in. You will need your pen to take notes. You will need highlighters, color pencils to highlight or emphasize any important things. And finally, you will need a quiet place to work. Let's do the diagnostic now. Okay, let's have a look at the answers for the diagnostic test. That music track that played while you were doing the diagnostic test was The Art of Silence by Unique, and it was provided free download from soundcloud.com. Okay, so firstly, question 1 is true. Laws are usually defined mathematically, but not always. Some biological laws are not defined mathematically. Question 2, the answer is a scientific law. Scientific laws describe what always happens or is observed under certain conditions. A theory, for question 3, is an explanation of observed events that is generally accepted as true. A scientific theory is backed up by evidence. And question 4 is true. Scientific law is based on observations, what happens under certain conditions. It does not explain how or why. Question 5, the correct answer is a hypothesis. A hypothesis is an explanation that is yet to be tested, and it's through experimentation or observation that this data is collected. A hypothesis with enough evidence can become a scientific theory. Question 6, the answer is also a hypothesis. It's a prediction that can be tested. It's often called an educated guess. Question 7 is true. With better equipment, better observations can be made, and this could result in a theory being changed or discarded. And question 8 is false. With evidence, theories and even laws do change. That is the tentative nature of science. So, how well did you do in that quiz? Did you know the difference between a law and a theory? And exactly how many did you get right? Were you able to get all of them correct? If not, this lesson will help explain the difference between a theory and a law. It's now time to start with the pre-lesson activities. Remember, when you need to stop and work on the activity, there will be a short clip in the video that says pause the video now. So remember to do that so that you can work on the pre-lesson activities. Okay, so let's start with the first pre-lesson activity. Pre-lesson activity 1. Here you will be sourcing information. Now, before the internet, we had to do this in the library, but the internet provides a wealth of information just at the click of a mouse. So, you will be clicking and going to dictionary.com. Now, if you have access to the study guide provides an outline of what you need to do for the pre-lesson activities. So, do you know the definition of a scientific theory? You are told to go to dictionary.com and make notes that show you know the definition of a scientific theory and you understand the difference between a scientific theory and law. And there, if you click on the link, it will take you directly to the dictionary.com website where you can look up the definition of a scientific theory. But please scroll down to the homework help. There it will give you a little bit more information on a scientific theory and tell you how it differs from a scientific law. You can then click on the theory versus law and it will provide you with details of what the difference is between a theory and a law. It's very useful information and please take time to read through it carefully. And it does give some examples such as how the germ theory developed. Did you know that it was Bacon, not the bacon you eat, but he was a 17th century philosopher who basically outlined the scientific method. You can then click on what are examples of scientific theories, and the video that is there is the same video that you will be watching in the video tutorial. You can also look at what other words are related to scientific theory, such as the scientific method, hypothesis, experiment, peer review, evolution, as an example of a theory. And then you can quiz yourself. One simple question that will allow you to see if you've understood what a scientific theory is. So I hope that is useful in guiding you through this first pre-lesson activity. And I hope that you can see the value of the internet as a source of information for learning. Time to pause the video now. Okay, the second pre-lesson activity is a video tutorial. You could have clicked on the link from the previous activity, or you can go to YouTube now and click on the link that is found there, the difference between a law and a scientific theory. This video is taken from the TED-Ed channel, so I hope you enjoy. Alternatively, open a Google tab and type in difference between a scientific law and theory, search, go to videos, and there you will see the video both on the TEDx site and on YouTube. Click on YouTube and open the video and begin watching. As you will see, how many times have you heard this statement when somebody says, "But it's just a theory"? Time to pause the video now. Welcome to the third pre-lesson activity. In this activity, you will be viewing a multimedia presentation. Now, multimedia means just that. You will be exposed or be using various media to get information. These could be a text, you could be asked to look at graphics, listen to audio such as a podcast, watch a video, or view an animation. In this multimedia, you'll be reading text and watching a video. Enjoy. Time to Pause the video now. Now for the final pre-lesson activity. Pre-lesson activity 4. For this activity you will be using the textbook from Siyavula, Everything Science, grade 12. Find the chapter that deals with the Doppler effect, specifically the Doppler effect and light. This is textbook engagement. As you read this section in the Siyavula textbook, Everything Science, grade 12, I would like you to answer the following questions. In which part of the electromagnetic spectrum can the Doppler effect be observed by humans? Number 2. What color of light has the highest frequency? Number 3. What color of light has the lowest frequency? Question number 4. When a light source is moving away from you, what is observed? And number 5. When a light source is moving towards you, what is observed? Number 6. How are astronomers able to determine if a galaxy is moving away from the Earth? And finally, who first observed this phenomena and how did he describe it? You will find all of these answers in the section of the textbook. Time to pause the video now.